All right. Hello, everyone. Different setup, I know. I'm house sitting. Don't worry about it. You may see this background on occasion because I consistently do that for this specific house. Okay. Just so everyone is aware, I'm going to be talking mostly about one thing that is relevant. Basically, this past week, and especially today, today's January 15th, for clarification. Actually, a lot of things I'm talking about there's like specific numbers and like stuff like that. So bear with me. Okay. So let's start out with something I've mentioned before. Sorry, I'm thinking about talking about the other thing, and I'm like, I don't want to have to talk about that. But this is literally a log of things that are relevant to me in now, right now. So unfortunately, that is a topic that I will have to get to, but we're not going to get to that one first. First, we're going to talk about the TikTok ban. As of today, the ban activates in 4 days. Okay. I think now I have literally the list. There's 4 things under the TikTok ban in my notes. New notes, by the way. New notebook. Bless. It's because this one has much more space than the other one. Excuse me, that I was using. Though I did use that to draft this week's. But first of all, I think it's really funny that America was like, we are banning TikTok for safety reasons. First of all, yes, anyone who's trying to make like a Lemon 8 profile, that's also run by TikTok. So technically the company itself, because they couldn't come to an agreement with the government basically, and couldn't find anyone that they were okay with selling it to, the company itself has decided to pull out of USA. What's the word? Support for the app for any of their stuff. So Lemon 8 will likely also disappear and not be available to North America anymore. Or sorry, the United States specifically because of that. Also, I don't know how common knowledge this is, but it also means that even if you still have the app, you cannot make an account with a United States phone number. If you have, any other country phone number, you'll probably be fine. I even saw a startup website that literally moved their base of operations to somewhere in the European Union because they were getting the most traction off of TikTok and therefore needed to be able to still have that. Also, shout out to them. That's a lot to do. But another note, I think it's really funny that, we all see that this ban, like the big statement with this ban is it's for security reasons. And then everyone went and found Red Note. I can't remember what the Chinese name for it is, but people are abbreviating it XHS. But I think it's really funny that everyone's from TikTok is swarming over there because it's kind of sending the US government into a bit of a panic. Even like there's at least one, I can't remember if it was a senator or congressperson or whatever, but they were scrambling to try and delay the ban because they saw that a lot of people who use TikTok were moving to this arguably more of a security risk app, because TikTok at least has like bases in America. They're pulling out of those, but they had people working on it from America, so it wasn't like, hi Miss Monkey, hi sweetheart, sorry, I'm house sitting again. And they do have a cat, so hi sweetheart, hi baby. But I think it's really funny that immediately, willingly, a bunch of people gave their data directly to China instead of through TikTok, which technically still sent it over to China. But also, I'm pretty sure, isn't TikTok from like Singapore, which technically is not China, and they're very much trying to not be whatever. I don't remember. I'll be so real with you. I think it's really funny that people are automatically being like, okay, fine, we'll go over to this other app that does have propaganda in it. And I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm not sold on the idea because I do think that, like, I probably shouldn't. But I'll kind of see how things pan out, you know? On another note, there is another app that is planning to launch some like beta testing this month, I think, called Neptune. And they're kind of trying to combine elements of MySpace with TikTok, which is really good because it also, that will help appeal to older audiences. Also, now I'm 23. Okay, and also MySpace isn't gone. It technically still exists. It's not the same as it was. Neptune is aiming for more of like what it used to be when it was really, really popular. And then combining that with TikTok. So they're still in development, but I do have big hopes for that one. That one seems like it'll be really good. So shout out to them. I'm in their Discord. I'm in their Discord kind of seeing how things pan out. Currently, mostly the Discord is people who found the ad for Neptune via TikTok, like I did. And are basically just everyone in there that's in the general chat is kind of just talking about the upcoming TikTok ban. So, yeah. I have to talk about it now. The thing I don't want to talk about. Okay. This is crazy for me because I haven't gave a shit about this since like maybe, hold on. Okay, apologies for the weird cut that probably just happened. The camera was kind of glitching out a little bit, so I needed to fix that. Anyways, now that I've discussed the TikTok ban, I now have to talk about a topic that I did not think we would have to be discussing in 2025, first of all. In fact, I don't think it needed to be discussed outside of like the middle of 2021, maybe. And that sucks. And I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to. Especially as someone who kind of enjoyed that fandom from a fairly distant perspective and didn't really care for the whole operation as much as just like a passing, like, this is a good thing to have on in the background kind of thing. Okay. Are you ready? We're going to be talking about Minecraft. First of all, love Minecraft. Still play Minecraft. But we're talking about a more unfortunate thing. Again, today is the 15th of January. Okay. We're gonna refer to it as the DSMP. And I'm gonna name Dream once, and I just did. Okay? So, for those unaware, first of all, the DSMP was just a big Minecraft server. People on Twitch streamed it. I know some of you are thinking, why are you explaining that? Some people live under a rock, okay? Live and let live, all right? Some people didn't give a shit about this. Okay, anyway. So essentially, you know, that ended. And, you know, several people didn't really like the person whose name was on the SMP, you know. Good reason, first of all. Never enjoyed any of that content. It sucked. It felt like factory formatted almost, if that makes sense. So anyways, in the past week, Tommy Innit, who I'm fine mentioning directly. It's fine. Tommy Innit would like said some like quote retweeted something that I think like XQC or something, which by the way, I do not know who that is. Do not know who that is. Don't really care to know who that is either. But quote retweeted this XQC guy's tweet or whatever, making a little jest, a little jab, if you will. And for some reason, Dream, okay? For some reason, Dream saw Tommy's quote retweet or quote tweet making fun of XQC as the green light to A, get involved, B, call 15 million people the R slur. That alone, what? Like, are you stupid? Okay, anyway. Literally, where are your brain cells? You were not involved. You did not need to get involved, and you've only made yourself look worse, okay? That is the theme for this portion. And I hate that I'm talking about this, but literally all my week has been people, like some of my roommates have been watching every single like stream or whatever that goes down. If it's something directly from Dream, they're, you know, watching a re-upload because we do not want to give that man money. But it's so stupid to me. Okay. First of all, today was the stream in which him and Tubbo talked on stream. And I read basically a live tweeting of it. And it's really, really entertaining because, you know, Tubbo's being very proper, saying nothing that could get him sued or anything. Very proper, very formal, very good and well thought out. And Dream's kind of just like slapping like on it, basically. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. First of all, the person younger than you is smarter than you in this moment. And in general, but in this moment for sure, definitely smarter than you and is handling this situation better than you are. And this is live. And it's recorded. Okay, so let's start there. Also, a couple days ago, Ludwig was like, hey, you know, like at some point he brought up to Dream, hey, you called my friend a whore. Okay. And Ludwig did not name any names. Just generically said, what about that one time you called my friend a whore? Kind of thing. And then Dream responded to Ludwig with like an essay with a name that was not the name of the person that Ludwig was talking about. Insane self-report. Thank you very much. Worst self-report I've ever seen, actually. And we all watched Among Us streams in like 2020. So like, come on, man. 2019 and 2020. Like, dude. And this is the worst self-report we've seen. Come on now. Also, I really enjoy the fact that a lot of parts of the video Dream made about the situation were clips from videos that were not his, and also taking numbers and shit out of context to the point in which the reason him and Tubbo talked on a stream today was because some of like the receipts shown were Tubbo's and not related to whatever Dream said they were related about, which is insane to me. Also, again, like I said kind of at the beginning, this beef that is happening is completely made up from him on his own. He was not involved with that tweet at all. XQC is reportedly someone that he's chill with. And that's his only justification for getting involved and calling 15 million people the R slur. So, also, it's the year of our Lord 2025. Calling someone a slur is never okay. Doesn't matter why, it doesn't matter what mental health issues you have, what conditions you have. It does not matter who you are, how old you are. race, gender, sexuality, literally none of that matters. You cannot call someone a slur like that, especially a slur that is so entrenched in just foul behavior. Like, come on, man. Queer people reclaimed their slur, but it's usually in a joking instance between queer people. And as a queer person, I've still only seen it like 3 times used among other queer people, and it's still jarring to me every time I hear it. So even a reclaimed slur doesn't mean everyone's comfortable with the use of it, but this is a case in which you're claiming that you are reclaiming the slur. First of all, no. Reclaiming means that you're basically taking it and putting it into a context in which it's no longer demeaning to someone. Like, I jokingly could call myself the F slur because I am queer, okay? The word queer used to be a slur. I mean, come on. But this is not the case because you are still using it as a villainized term. Like, do you see how dense you are? Like, I don't understand how you could be so dense. You know what I mean? It really just seems like, you know, it's 2025. The height of the DSMP was in 2020. It really just feels like a last-ditch effort to try and stay relevant. And I really think that's the case. And I really think this is a last-ditch effort to, like, push for more views and shit. And I want to close out talking about that because I want to stop talking about this. It's really pertinent to mention that no one seems to be defending Dream, obviously. However, everyone is defending Tommy because Tommy's tweet generated somehow. Tommy making a tweet to a different person became Dream's beef and Dream's problem. And everyone's like, Tommy's fine. Like, sure, Tommy didn't necessarily need to tweet that, but it was more of like a little poking jest. You straight up called 15 million people a slur. That's not the same. Okay? That's not the same. Quit acting like it's the same. Okay? This, again, it's 2025. Stop it. Grow up. Literally grow up. You could have had like a degree at this point. You could be, you know, doing something with your life, but you're choosing to be childish. And in fact, the person that you keep dragging in the dirt is someone that was a kid when you met them. And you are still acting like they were when you met them, but you're older than them. Someone make it make sense. Like, I am a psychology student. Like, and I'm really surprised that there's not like some severe repercussion for his actions, because no one seems to, like, are you paying to get out of it? Like, how are you getting out of all of the very real consequences you should be having for these actions? You know what I mean? Anyway, oh my God, I am going to stop talking about it. It just makes me so pissed off. You don't need to stay relevant. Oh my God. Anyway. In silly goofy news, we've had some more One Piece live action cast announcements. Very exciting. They got Sophia and Caruso. They got Sophia and Caruso? What? I'm sorry. I've never been more excited. I am a theater kid. I love musical theater. I particularly love Beetlejuice. So seeing her doing Miss Golden Week, dude, I'm so excited. And understandably, both Lena and Emily have been like, this is the coolest girly I've ever met. And I'm like, yeah, I bet. So very excited about that. Also, I think she'll do really good with that character. Miss Golden Week, I just fairly recently rewatched specifically Little Garden, which is where she shows up the first time, and I love it. And I'm very excited to see how she does that, like see how that was done. So I'm very excited about that. I'm also realizing that we're kind of able to see where the season is going to end. And it looks like it's going to end basically at the end of the Drum Island arc, which is when they get Chopper. Because, you know, Chopper's probably going to be the last announcement we see, cast-wise. However, they can tease Ace at the end of the season. And listen, my roommate, my homeboy, will be so excited about that. Trust. Because I realize, when does he show up? He shows up in the episode that is like titled Goodbye Drum Island or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he's right at the end. So we're probably going to get either a teaser or a straight up announcement, which is insane. Welcome back, Podcast Ace. I see you, King. Also, they've kind of been hinting at someone who might play him, and I am honestly kind of hoping for it because the general, like, just friendship of that guy and Iñaki is so good that I do think that's where they're gonna go with it. So that's really fun. And then in other news, Pokemon cards, yeah. Am I right? So, in general, this past week has kind of been a nightmare for Pokemon card enjoyers and just Pokemon enjoyers in general, because the new set, Prismatic Evolutions, I believe, is coming out. And for some reason, you know, scalping kind of quieted down. And then all of a sudden for this set, it's spiking really hard and so badly. Like, so I saw a video of someone that they took of their dining room, and the whole dining room is filled with hundreds of boxes of this set. And excuse me. And the Pokemon company saw that and went, this is so bad that we will reprint this set. And suddenly, boxes that people were selling for over $1,000. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay. Sorry if there's a weird cut there. It kind of started dying. Not really. I was coughing really bad for some reason. Yeah. But the scalping got so bad, and publicly so bad, because people were bragging about how many they got for scalping, that the prices went on eBay. The price for a box of Prismatic Evolutions went from being $1,000 to $100 because Pokemon said, we see how hard it is for actual fans to get a hold of this, so we will be reprinting it. And instantly, so many people are gonna go fucking bankrupt because of this. So that's fun for them. There's this really pretty Umbreon card that's in this set, and I think that one is a big reason why these got scalped, because if you get like the very, very, very special edition of that card, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And I do think that's the big one. So, okay. We're going to pause real quick so I can let the cat out. Okay. So, what was I on about? Oh yeah. We're going to move on to the pyramid this week. Very excited. This pyramid, I'll be so for real with you, it was hard to fill out this pyramid. I literally slapped someone random in the last spot. Okay, it's not really random, but I did just be like, who could I put in this spot, and picked one. Like, so, also this week and part of last week has been the Palisades fires in LA. And it sounds like the fires are kind of dying down, but you know, people are returning and all their stuff like that. So, I don't know anyone who lives out that direction. So, I feel like I have a very disconnected view of what's going on just because of that. But this does have to do with the pyramid, I promise. On our final spot on the pyramid, our last place spot, technically. It's not really a last place because, like, these are just people I thought deserved to be mentioned on the pyramid. So it's really the top 6 things in my week, I guess. It's not really the bottom of the pyramid. But I saw Markiplier's very brief but very good video kind of talking about coming back home after having evacuated for the fires. And just sharing, you know, resources for people and things like that. But he's predominantly on the pyramid this week because, you know, it's most people in situations like this, when they go back home and their house is still intact, it kind of feels like a lot of people in society do a kind of fend for yourself type of deal. But, you know, he was out in the neighborhood with a chainsaw clearing debris from the road so people could get back. And even just that is huge because, like, he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to spend time doing that. He's a content creator. He could spend time making more content, but he is a good enough person to know that, like, I should really help my neighbors out by helping clear the road. So that's why Mark's on the pyramid this week. He definitely deserves to be there. Because you know, I've seen a lot of things about celebrities and they're just kind of talking about it, but they're not really doing anything about it. So to see someone who does have a lot of cultural relevance actually do something about it, even if it's just in the neighborhood, that's still way more than most celebrities would do. Especially since, you know, a lot of celebrities will donate money. That is doing something. But it's not the same as them like the person themselves going and physically helping. That's a lot different, and that means a lot more to people as well. So big shout out there. Next up on the pyramid, we have Lee Yongji. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. My apologies if I'm not. She's like a year younger than me. But she's this K-rapper who has a couple web shows. Every single clip I see of her, she's like the coolest person in the video. And you know, it'll be like there's a lot of jokes and edits of her dancing with different K-pop groups and being like, yeah, she's the secret final member of this group, or she like always acts like she fits right in with the group, which is so cool. And it is really cool that she's able to do that. And she seems a lot, you know, she's not in a K-pop group, so she doesn't have to follow as strict of rules, even though she is a girl in that sort of industry, but she's a rapper specifically. but she's just having like the most fun with it. And it's really nice to see that even though a lot of women follow much more strict rules, there are women who have found a way to have more personality in what they do and joke around a lot more without having to worry so much about the social perception of them because they started out the gate like that, which is really cool. So she's on the pyramid. She's cool. Also, she's a year younger than me. You go, girl. Like, honestly, very inspiring to see someone be so comfortable with being silly in front of famous people. Like, that's crazy to me as well. I feel like I would be so nervous. So next up on the pyramid, he's been in most of our pyramids, if not all. Actually, let me check. Dropped my coat. Let me check. I know he was in the first couple of them. Was he last week? Hold on. Yes, he was. Okay, he has been in the pyramid every single time. Call that a bias. Is my Stray Kids bias, Hyunjin. He's just on the pyramid this week because he's really committing to the fact that his new haircut makes him look like a kiwi. And I will put up the picture of that in post. It's a really silly, that was at a performance, a live performance. So I don't know why he has that basket, but I love it. Okay. So he's on the pyramid this week. Also, I re-listened and rewatched the music video for So Good, and it is so good. So also his outfit with the bandana in that music video kind of reminds me of a Harvest Moon character from my favorite Harvest Moon game of all time, Magical Melody. And it kind of reminds me of one of the characters in that. So I also get like a teeny bit of nostalgia from seeing that outfit. So that's really fun. Up next on the pyramid, we got Sophia and Caruso. I'm so excited about her being in the One Piece live action. I will not shut up about it. Oh my gosh. I'm tripping over my words even. But as a theater kid and a theater enjoyer, seeing someone who I only know from musical theater circles, I guess, for lack of better term. Like, I know her only because of musical theater. To see someone who I only know in that context get a role in a big thing, like, and also like that character's like power set is like so cool to me, and I absolutely love Miss Golden Week, and to see her get that part is insane to me. And yes, I did have to go around to the rest of my household and be like, they got Sophia and Caruso for Miss Golden Week, and everyone was like, who? And I was like, Beetlejuice, the song Dead Mom that I've probably played for you 800 times. Her. It's her. So very excited about that. She gets to be on the pyramid because I'm so excited about it. Oh my gosh. This is a silly one to be on the pyramid. Okay, are you ready for this? Miku. Miku's on the pyramid. You know why? Fortnite. Hatsune Miku is on the pyramid because of Fortnite. I will be playing Fortnite probably later today, if not tomorrow. And I'll be doing that because, first of all, Miku and Fortnite, big deal. Second of all, I have seen clips of people being downed. They're in team mode. Going down is technically you're dead, but you're like crawling around. And you've got like, I don't know, a minute before you fully die, just to give your teammates an opportunity to help you and revive you and all that stuff. I saw someone get downed and then carried by a Miku skin, tucked underneath a staircase, and then another Miku appears, and they both do the little ooh emote while watching this person lose the game, basically. And that's beautiful. Also, the Miku skin that's like pink and I think has maybe cat ears on it or something. The amount of tweets I've seen of trans girlies are gonna be all over this Miku. Good. I'm so excited that they get another Miku. Another skin that is identifiably like for them, like built for the girlies. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but I'm so excited. I've seen a lot of other Fortnite skins that are like that, in that way. And I have a couple friends who are trans women. So anytime I see something new like that, I'm like, yes! Because I know it's a huge win for them. And then also one of the other Miku skins kind of has bisexual flag colors on it, which is also good. I'm just excited because it's Miku. I'll be so for real. I'm just excited because it's Miku. Also, I saw an image of a bunch of people using one of those traversal emotes where you're in like a little moving thing. And I saw a train of them where it's a bunch of Mikus and a single Goku. And I was like, yeah, that's what this is for. Also, this will be some people's introduction to Vocaloids is Miku Fortnite Festival. So Miku's on the pyramid, as you do. And then number 1 on the pyramid. I'm surprised I haven't put him on the pyramid before. I'll be so real. I've put a character he's played in the, I think last week even. 2 weeks ago and last week, a character he played was on the pyramid. I don't know why he hasn't been in the pyramid. Y'all, I re-listened to the 1998 album the 1998 recording of Cabaret. Realized also, by the way, that I hadn't listened to the whole thing in order before. What's wrong with me? First of all, what's wrong with me? But I forgot that, you know, he won the Tony Award. This is like the moment. This is the moment. I say as this was in 98 or whatever. Was it 98? Hold on. I fear that I'm saying the wrong one, so I need to check. I don't think I'm saying the wrong one, but I'm worried. It's the new Broadway cast recording, 1998. Okay, I'm right. But number 1 on the pyramid is Mr. Alan Cumming. Coolest Scottish guy I've ever seen in my life, by the way. And so very gender, actually, just so very gender. In general, like to the point in which I'm like, I kind of aspire to be like him, actually. And not just because I am Scottish by ancestry. That's not the only reason. I just think, like, I've seen several different performances, and, you know, new season of Traitors came out. I don't watch Traitors, to be fair. It's a little too reality TV for me. But I am looking every week or whatever to see what did Alan wear on the Traitors this week. What did his dog Lulu wear on the Traitors this week? I'm invested in the outfits. They're really, really good. Also, hold on. I'm just gonna read Alan Cumming's Instagram bio because I think that's all I need to read. Of course I'll have like pictures and stuff, but that's not the plot here. Hold on. His bio reads, Scottish elf trapped inside middle-aged man's body. That's the tweet. No notes, 10 out of 10, 100%. You get an A+. Best bio I've ever heard, I fear. Just a wonderfully creative mind, and also the recording of the Tony Award winning performance for his role as the MC of Cabaret is just so good. And I've gone back and listened to what is it? The solo song that he had. Is that his solos? Is that the only solo? Maybe? Because, you know, chorus will come in, but it's not even, I Don't Care Much. I Don't Care Much is beautiful. And I love it. And even just listening to Cabaret all the way through, you can really feel a tonal shift halfway through, you know, right after the entr'acte. You can really hear the shift, and I Don't Care Much just hits. I like it. It's good. I've been yapping for like 10 minutes about Alan Cumming, as is deserved. Anyway, I hope I have more interesting things to talk about next week. Maybe I'll talk about Alan Cumming's fashion in the Trader or whatever. I don't just want you all to know that I think Alfred Molina's spot as my favorite actor is getting dethroned, and I do think it's getting dethroned by Alan Cumming. Thank you very much. I think that's the plot, honestly, because to see someone who is so unconventional in terms of, you know, what the general populace wants to see in terms of like gender and sexuality and how you present yourself, it's refreshing to see pretty much anything Alan Cumming does. Also, he'll repost pictures from like daily Alan Cumming accounts or whatever of older pictures of him, or, you know, older clips from other things he's done. And he just thrives off of everything he's ever done. And it doesn't seem like he necessarily regrets any role he's ever done. And that is so impressive to me. I done went and yapped about him for another 5 minutes. Okay. I've talked for like more than half an hour. I've talked for almost an hour. That will be this week's weekly Hyperfixations. And they're not necessarily Hyperfixations this week. It's more like a lot of news about a fandom that has not been relevant to me basically since COVID. And then TikTok, which also isn't relevant to me, but it's relevant to a lot of people I know. And then just me yapping about things I like. So that'll be this week. I hope you guys are having a good one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of when this episode will come out, because I recorded a couple of these ahead of time. I'm posting number 2 this week. So 2 weeks from now. So in February, this will come out in February, which is great actually, because I was going to be really busy in February. So having pre-recorded episodes is actually really great. But after February, we may have episodes that are recorded closer to when they're put out, which is fine. I'll be so real with you guys. Editing does not take me that long. It's just a matter of getting myself to do it. So, that'll be this week's episode. Thank you all for watching again. As a new channel, and someone new to posting to YouTube, I do value your viewership a lot, and I thank you for being here and literally listening to me just talk for like 45 minutes or however long this will be. So I thank you for that. Of course, if you liked this, go ahead and give it a like. It supports the channel a lot. And then, of course, if you want notifications on when I post again, go ahead and subscribe and click on the little bell. I don't post any YouTube shorts, so it's safe to turn all notifications on. Don't worry. The most I do is like a YouTube video and then like a community post. And that's where I'll post pictures of the actual, I will I actually make the pyramids and post them there. Excuse me. But again, thank you for your viewership. This is a hobby of mine, and it also is helping me kind of track time in a way that is more concise and more memorable for me. So thank you for joining me on this journey. And I'll see you next week, y'all. Hopefully we won't be talking about the same damn situation. But thank you. And I'll see you then.